France, the glamour of a dying empire. From the poetic streets of Paris to the golden halls of Versailles, France has long stood as a beacon of civilization, a land of elegance, intellect, and revolutionary ideals. For centuries, it dazzled the world with its art, philosophy, and power. A cradle of the Enlightenment, a cultural titan, a dream. But behind the shimmering lights of the Eiffel Tower and the timeless charm of the Seine, another France is emerging. One that's cracking under the weight of its contradictions. A nation caught between the grandeur of its past and the gravity of its present. The Eiffel Tower still sparkles in the night, but the streets below burn with rage and tear gas. The ideals of liberté, égalité, fraternité still echo in textbooks, but on the ground, they are being torn apart by division, debt, and disillusionment. Is France still a nation, united by a common purpose? Or is it slowly dissolving into a mosaic of communities, drifting further apart with each passing year? Part 1. Lost identity and a fractured society. It's no longer just a philosophical debate, it's a lived reality. France is facing an identity crisis. Home to the largest Muslim population in Western Europe, nearly 6 million people. France was once hailed as a model of secular, multicultural harmony. But today, we are not seeing a melting pot, we are seeing fragmentation. Parallel societies have emerged, communities bound not by shared citizenship, but by separate laws, customs, and worldviews. In suburbs like Seine-Saint-Denis, it's no longer shocking that police refuse to patrol at night. These zones are now nicknamed mini Islamic republics, at the heart of the French capital. When a nation no longer shares the same cultural foundation, what holds it together? Key incidents. Charlie Hebdo, 2015. 12 murdered for drawing cartoons. Samuel Paty, 2020. A teacher beheaded for defending free speech. Nationwide riots, 2023. After police shot an Algerian French teen, France erupted into days of burning, looting, and chaos. These aren't random tragedies. They are warning flares. They reveal the growing cracks in the Republic's foundation and its failure to uphold the very ideals it was built upon. Part 2. Taxes and debt. Strangling the economy. France is often praised for its generous welfare state, but that generosity comes at a price. For entrepreneurs, workers, and the middle class, France can feel like a fiscal prison. Personal income taxes soar as high as 45%. Social charges and business levies remain among the highest in Europe. And the debt? Over $3.1 trillion, more than 110% of GDP. A ticking time bomb. Youth unemployment hovers around 20%, twice that of Germany. Innovation is slowing. Optimism is fading. The economy isn't growing. It's gasping. When people work only to survive, not to thrive, the nation quietly starts to die. Part 3. A divided society and failed reforms. France is the protest capital of Europe, perhaps the world. Fuel taxes, pension reforms, vaccine mandates. Every attempt at change is met with fire in the streets. What once was a culture of civic engagement has mutated into chronic rebellion. This isn't just political resistance, it's existential fatigue. The French no longer trust their leaders. They no longer trust their institutions. And without trust, society slowly begins to unravel. Notable movements. The Yellow Vests, 2018 to 2020. Sparked by a fuel tax, it became a national outcry against inequality and disconnect. Pension protests, 2023. Macron raised the retirement age. The nation erupted. When reform becomes impossible, collapse becomes inevitable. Part 4. The fading glow of empire. France once ruled an empire stretching across Africa, Asia, and the Americas. Today, those days are over, and the illusion of global influence is fading fast. In Africa, France is being pushed out. Troops have been expelled from Mali, Niger, and Burkina Faso. Former colonies now turn to Russia and China, leaving France humiliated. Within Europe, France trails Germany economically and remains militarily dependent on the US through NATO. Macron speaks of European sovereignty, but reality tells a different story. A great power must have more than memories. It needs vision, vitality, purpose, and France is running out of all three. Part 5. Epilogue. The Western Sunset. France stands at a crossroads. It has the culture, the history, the intellect. But does it still have the will? A nation cannot live on nostalgia. A republic cannot survive on routine. What once made France great was not its palaces, paintings, or poetry, but its fierce belief in liberty, dignity, and revolution. That spirit is dimming, and the question is no longer, can France be saved? The question is, does France still want to live? Because if not, then this once mighty nation may become little more than a beautiful postcard, fading slowly in the dying sunset of the West. If this helped you see through the illusion, share it. Let more people understand the story behind the shine. And remember, empires don't fall because they are attacked. They fall because they rot from within.